Now on Nightside, cheers ring out at North Idaho College as the school officially keeps its accreditation. What this means for students.
I'm tracking some sunshine in the first alert forecast, but I also have my eye on some snow this weekend. I'll tell you all about it.
And the Seattle Seahawks are the Super Bowl 60 champions. A look at how they're celebrating and how the organization is already seeing shakeups. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Well, those cheers tonight mean North Idaho College is officially keeping its accreditation after being on probation for the last 4 years. Thanks for staying up with Nightside. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The college credits new trustees elected in 2024 with putting the school back on track to get back in compliance with the NWCCU. Maintaining accreditation will allow students to continue to apply for financial aid, and their credits will transfer to other schools.
The last chapter, we know it was a dark chapter, but now there's so much going on here at NIC that is so positive, and we're ready to move forward, and we are moving forward.
The North Idaho College leadership says they are grateful for the community support that kept the school from losing accreditation. The organization Latinos in Spokane is crediting hard work from the community for the return of 11-year-old Carla and her father, Arnaldo Teal Call, from a detention center in Texas. They arrived safely back in Spokane this weekend. Teal Call and his daughter had an ongoing asylum case when Border Patrol detained them in Spokane in January, fueling the fire of ongoing ICE protests in the region. Latinos in Spokane traveled to the Dilley Detention Center in Texas to help advocate for the family's release. Dan Jividen was one of the attorneys who worked on this case pro bono, and he filed a petition for the family's release. He says he was surprised how quickly a district judge responded.
Judge Garcia in this case pretty quickly issued a show cause order, and he hadn't just issued it pretty quickly, but he gave the government less time to respond than he's given them in any of the other habeas cases I've had, to the best of my knowledge.
Jividen says the family's detainment was an overreach. Spokane's mayor agrees, calling their detention unnecessary. The city council will vote in 2 weeks on a proposal to direct $100,000 in emergency financial assistance to families impacted by civil immigration enforcement. If approved, the funds would go to the Spokane Immigrant Rights Coalition. And since our last newscast, Latinos in Spokane did release a statement on the Teal family returning back to Spokane, writing, quote, "The Teal family is safely back in Washington because our community refused to stay silent in the face of the immoral and unethical detention of children and families. Their story is a direct reflection of the moment we are living in. Across the country, hundreds of immigrant children and families continue to be held in detention centers. We must continue to advocate loudly and collectively for every one of them." To read the statement in full, you can find this story on our website at kxly.com. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joining me now. We finally saw some sun today, and we were talking a lot about that later sunset.
Oh my gosh, in the 5 o'clock hour now, our sunset. Isn't that nice? And here's a look at that sunset on our time lapse today. We did get to see some sunshine, and we're gonna do it again tomorrow. It will be a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, very much like what we saw today, but a pretty nice day. And I think we'll see even a little more sunshine. On our satellite and radar, we've had some lingering sprinkles and flurries around the region, and we continue to see those tapering off over the central panhandle. They will not be around for long. Will be dry overnight and are beginning to clear. We'll see some patchy fog developing right now. I don't think it's going to be anything particularly widespread, but it is tricky fog, and we are going to be headed down to an overnight low of around 30 degrees. That's where we'll start the day tomorrow in Spokane at 7 o'clock with some fog, and we could run into some problems with freezing fog. Expect partly to mostly cloudy skies for the first part of the day, and then we'll start to clear out a little bit and see some sunshine around 11 a.m. Temperatures into the mid-40s as we get into the middle of the afternoon. Our high temperature 45 degrees, 38 is our average high, with winds generally light out of the northeast. Around the region, you'll find temperatures in the mid-40s through the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. 45 in Meade, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and Liberty Lake, 45 in Hayden and Spangle, as well as Cheney. Around the region, lots of 40s, 36 in Winthrop, one of the exceptions, and 50 degrees in Lewiston. We do have a cooling trend in our 7-day forecast. Looks like that's going to continue right on through the 8 to 14-day outlook. Could be good news for skiers. I'll explain in just a few minutes, Kirsten.
We'll see you soon, Chris. Thank you. Spokane is celebrating the 12s today after the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl last night against the New England Patriots. The 12s flag proudly flying above the Hutton Building downtown. And the Seahawks themselves celebrating in the happiest place on earth today. A parade was thrown in their honor, featuring quarterback Sam Darnold and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker alongside Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Darnold grew up in California and says celebrating at Disneyland is like a homecoming.
I remember coming to Disneyland all the time with my family and having a great time, so it's unbelievable to be back here.
For a look at how the Seahawks became Super Bowl champions, we have Mia Green with all the excitement and details.
It's great to see the Seahawks celebrating in Disneyland as world champions after dominating the Patriots 29-13, a rematch of Super Bowl 49. The Hawks finally got their revenge on the Pats and did it in quite a fashion. And for the Hawks, it was utter domination from start to finish, so much that the Patriots went scoreless in the entire first half. Seattle led 9-0, and all 9 of those first half points scored by Mr. Automatic Jason Myers. But the dark side defense came alive, forcing 3 turnovers and sacking Drake May for a total of 6 times. Head coach Mike McDonald spoke about how special this team's season is.
We're in the business of winning football games, and to win football games, you got to be a great team. And great teams have people from all over the place that come together. That's why football is so special. I mean, you look at that locker room and what people have gone through to get to this point in their career on this particular team. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's really, really powerful, really awesome.
The Seahawks won the Super Bowl for just the 2nd time in franchise history. And it couldn't have been a sweeter victory for the Hawks, who dominated throughout the entire postseason and took the win on football's biggest stage. We have more sports for you later in the show, including a preview of the Gonzaga Bulldogs and Washington State, who will face off tomorrow. But for now, back to you, Kirsten.
Thanks so much, Mia. We have continuing coverage now on a double homicide that took place last week at the Center Court Apartments. The Spokane County Medical Examiner confirming the identities of both of the people killed. 23-year-old Isaac Tucker died from gunshot wounds to the torso and leg, and 21-year-old Derek Alford died from a gunshot wound to the chest. Both deaths were ruled a homicide. A program that has helped hundreds of homeless people connect with resources has come to an end. It's located at the downtown Spokane Library. The partnership between the library and the nonprofit Peer Spokane has put 2 specialists inside the library. And every day they work with those in need, helping them access things like emergency shelters, substance recovery organizations, or employment help. It was all made possible thanks to a $400,000 grant that is now run out. This crucial program's last day is Thursday.
The librarians have loved having the peer support specialists here. They have such an empathetic approach to helping our community, and so now that burden will fall on our librarians.
Library officials say their safety team will continue connecting people with services, but the loss of 2 dedicated specialists creates a significant gap. A Washington bill could cut funding to organizations that help critical early intervention for young kids with developmental delays and disabilities. The program eSIT is offered statewide, but locally many organizations and families are at risk of these cuts. If House Bill 2688 passes, Joya, a child and family nonprofit in Spokane, says this would directly affect their ability to provide physical, occupational, and speech therapy programs. They say this is where babies and infants learn how to live and grow.
This is a very voiceless population that will be impacted, and unfortunately they can't stand up for themselves.
The bill would change how much money programs like theirs receive. Joya estimates it could lose up to $1 million every year, which could result in families having to wait longer for these services. Next on Nightside, due to the warm winter, Mount Spokane is changing ski area hours. We'll tell you when they will open. Plus, a little later in sports, the Bulldogs and Cougs will face off tomorrow. Mia Green will be back to give you a preview of the game. And fog is expected to roll in by tomorrow. We'll let you know when you'll see some sun. Don't go away.
Stay up. We've got Super Bowl shrubs. Head coach of the Seahawks, Mike McDonald, is nice enough to join us here. We got all the fans lined up, and he's mingling with some of the shrubs from the halftime show.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivers. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
It's 2026, and Bill's Heating is celebrating the new year with an incredible offer. $26 tune-ups for a limited time. That's a full professional heating system check to keep your furnace running safely, efficiently, and reliably through the heart of winter. Our service trucks are already on the road, and when a Bill's Heating technician pulls into your driveway, you know your comfort is in good hands. So call 208-777-5528 now to schedule your $26 tune-up. Bill's Heating, comfort you can count on.
After a car wreck, the longer you wait, the harder it can be to get what you deserve.
After my recent accident, I called Craig Swap and Associates. They treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999. Hi, I'm Congressman Michael Baumgartner. One of my jobs is to help veterans navigate the VA and to help all of you cut through the red tape at federal agencies, including the VA, Medicare, Social Security, the IRS, and USDA. Remember, I work for you.
First, at Shriners Children's, the world's most advanced scoliosis procedures are born here. In fact, we deliver access to the world's best doctors for nearly every pediatric orthopedic condition. We're delivering care without compromise is our promise. And kids can just be kids. Because being first always starts with empowering the extraordinary. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
New tonight.
It's the day after the Super Bowl, which should be a holiday. We should not be working today. We should be at home throwing up guacamole or whatever we had.
With Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald and Stellan Skarsgård. Jimmy Kimmel Live, new tonight on ABC.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU and Volunteers Count.
Welcome back. Because of the very slow start to our winter weather this year, Mount Spokane says it will be changing its hours of operation. The ski area will now be closed Monday through Thursday with the exception of President's Day, Fridays and Saturdays. The ski area will be open from 9 to 9, and on Sunday it will be open from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And because of this change, the ski area says all passes and tickets with blackout dates, including midweek passes and 5-packs, will be accepted on open operating days for the season. And Chris is here with me. I know that's a real bummer for a lot of people, including you. It's really not fun.
This has been the worst winter. This is my 28th winter forecasting here at 4 News Now. This is the worst.
Yeah, I've heard you say that a couple of times.
But
something good is coming.
Yes, I think we're going to just turn it all around, at least in the mountains in the forecast. Oh my goodness, I certainly hope so. Because my marriage depends on it. No, I'm just kidding, but not really. What do you do with a skier who's sitting at home all winter?
On Valentine's Day.
I know. 36 degrees in Spokane right now. It's 37 degrees in Coeur d'Alene with mostly cloudy conditions. 4 things to know about your weather. We have some patchy morning fog, afternoon sun breaks, similar to today. It is going to be another mild week, but we have a cooling trend and we're heading into a wet weekend, but it's going to be a colder weekend, and there's the potential for some mountain snow I'm feeling quite confident about, and maybe even some snow mixing down in the valleys. Now, truth time. My snowblower is still in storage. I haven't had to get it out this season, and I'm not going to get it out. It's not that kind of snow. It's the shows up, melts type. So, system is coming in from the south. That's going to miss us. We're looking to the west at this system that comes in Here's Friday at midnight, or excuse me, at noon, with some mountain snow, little bit of rain possible, then more wet weather as we get into Saturday. Here's Saturday at 4 o'clock with some rain. We'll get some mountain snow going, and that's going to continue on Sunday. We'll be dry for the next 3 days, and then we start getting a more active weather pattern. Friday, a 20% chance precipitation, up to 50 on Saturday, and this is mostly going to be rain in the valleys. It's Saturday night and into Sunday where I think we could start to see, half inch here, a half inch there, snow down in the valleys, but we'll start to get some snow going in the mountains as well. Our high temperature trend trending colder. This is our average high, which is going to be 40 this time next week, but we'll be in the 30s and lower 40s Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And our extended forecast, the 17th through the 23rd, still calling for that chance of below average temperatures and a growing consensus of above average precipitations. Even if our temperatures are average, which we have not had much of, and we have above average precipitation, we could get some good snow going in the mountains. Your planning forecast: morning fog for the next 4 mornings with temperatures below freezing. 20% chance of precipitation Friday, and then a chance of rain or snow, mostly rain, but some snow mixing in depending on the timing through Monday and beyond. Pick of the night tonight is from Kim Quincy, pulled over to the side of the road in Benoit County and snapped this picture of snow showers in the mountains. And there's even a little bit of a rainbow on the far right side of the screen, but gorgeous, gorgeous photo from Kim taken today.
Looks like a painting,
doesn't it?
Gorgeous.
Dramatic.
I like her initials in the bottom left
Oh,
corner,
yeah.
too. Very fancy. I want some like that. Thanks, Chris. Well, we just found out the official cause of death for actress Catherine O'Hara, and it has been released by the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office, saying O'Hara died after suffering from a pulmonary embolism. Rectal cancer was listed as the underlying cause of the embolism. The 71-year-old star of Schitt's Creek and Home Alone and so many others died on January 30th. Well, still ahead, tomorrow voters in several Spokane County school districts will take part in a special election. We'll explain the bonds and levies on the ballot and how they could affect your wallet when we return.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. And we've kept that title every year since. Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power.
When it comes to your cancer treatments, you have choices.
It's important to explore your options. A second opinion will help you to make a more informed decision about your treatment. Contact Summit Cancer Centers today. One of our cancer specialists will speak to you directly, offering you same-day second opinions and options available for your type of cancer. And second opinions are covered by most insurance companies. Cancer, it's worth a second look. Summit Cancer Centers. Integrative, innovative, inspired.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Spokane's hottest music.
Break me from so done with you, girl. I've been popping, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Hot 96.9.
You know what you want, a career that matters and a path that's real. At Carrington College, you can train to become a dental assistant through hands-on learning and a clinical externship. You'll build the skills dental practices need, from chairside assisting to patient care and office procedures. You won't just study dental assisting, you'll practice it. Graduate ready to step into the field in as few as 9 months. Classes are now enrolling in Spokane. Visit carrington.edu.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became America's best-selling trucks. And we've kept that title every year since. Ford, the most awarded brand for initial quality among trucks by J.D. Power.
This February, we're celebrating love on Live.
Weekdays at 9 a.m.
Welcome back. Voters in the East Valley, Newport, Rosalia, St. John, and Tico school districts have decisions to make in tomorrow's special election. So let's run down the list here. Residents in the East Valley School District will choose whether to pass Proposition 1, which will replace old buildings and improve school safety. If passed, the district would build a new high school and middle school. It would also make district-wide security improvements. That'll cost $220 million. People will pay an estimated $1.96 per $1,000 of assessed property value. Voters in the Newport School District have a bond and levy to consider as well. The bond will cost $1.75 per thousand and fund renovations to the high school. And the levy will cost $1.45 per thousand and fund school programming. Spokane County Auditor Vicki Dalton says turnout in these types of elections tends to be low, so she encourages people to participate.
For the voters, this is about your voice. You need to participate. You need to mark that ballot and get it back to us, because this makes the difference in how the school districts will operate. Will they have a levy or a bond or not?
Voters have until tomorrow at 8 p.m. to postmark their ballots or return them to a drop box. We will, of course, be bringing you the election results tomorrow on our Nightside newscast and on our website, kxly.com. A law enforcement sharing today that they have no suspects or leads as the search for missing 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie, mother to Today's Show host Savannah Guthrie, moves into its second week. Just hours ago, Savannah released a new video calling for the public's help, saying she and her siblings believe their mom is still out there. ABC's Melissa Adon has the story.
The search for missing 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie now in its second week. The Guthrie family faced with a deadline today to pay an unverified ransom by 5 p.m. Mountain Time, alleging to be from Nancy's kidnapper. Savannah releasing this video just hours before.
We believe our mom is still out there.
Calling on the public's help.
No matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
Since her mom's disappearance, Savannah has now shared 4 video messages, including 2 with her siblings Annie and Cameron, in which they last shared they would pay the alleged ransom. The FBI has been unable to determine whether the ransom demand is credible.
We beg you now to return our mother to us so that we can celebrate with her. This is the only way we will have peace. This is very valuable to us, and we will pay.
There have been 2 messages from the alleged kidnapper that law enforcement sources told ABC News appear to have come from the same sender, using the same encryption tools to cover their tracks. The Pima County Sheriff Department says the investigation remains active and ongoing, and they have not identified any suspects, persons of interest, or vehicles connected to this case. The Sheriff Department adding that investigators will continue to comb both Nancy and her daughter Annie Guthrie's residences, as they did this weekend. Nancy had dinner and game night at her daughter's house before the family brought her home on January 31st. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Today, the House Oversight Committee held a closed-door deposition of Ghislaine Maxwell, who is a convicted sex offender and co-conspirator to Jeffrey Epstein. This follows the Department of Justice's latest batch of Epstein files released, which includes 3 million pages of documents. However, it was reported that Maxwell chose not to answer any questions during the deposition, instead pleading the Fifth.
We had many questions to ask about the crimes she and Epstein committed, as well as questions about potential co-conspirators.
Following this latest batch of files released, questions are now emerging about Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, who is referenced several times in the documents. Lutnick says he distanced himself from Epstein. Several lawmakers, including at least one Republican, are now calling on him to resign. The Gonzaga Bulldogs are hosting the Washington State Cougars tomorrow.
And Kirsten, this rivalry runs really deep between the two. Gonzaga won the last meeting, but the Zags just dropped in the rankings today after a loss to the Portland Pilots, who WSU beat by 30. We'll show you a preview of tomorrow's matchup when we come back.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Book your stay and play today at MissaquaCasinoHotel.com.
That's a day that will be ingrained in my head forever.
It was gut-wrenching.
It's horrific.
People were shocked. They were devastated.
Friday night.
Her love for life was unmatched.
He looks like Captain America. He's a hero.
How could the wife of a fireman end up in a car fire?
The all-new 2020 true crime mystery.
There's a fire, like a car went off the road, footprints in the snow.
Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
What's more powerful than an unexpected storm? Insurance that helps clean it up. Western National Insurance. That's the power of nice.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything. In the GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR on Sierra 1500 models. We are professional grade.
At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Welcome into sports. The Seattle Seahawks dominated the Patriots in Super Bowl 60, a revenge game that was 11 years in the making. A big key to the Super Bowl win was running back Kenneth Walker, also known as K9. With Zach Charbonnet out, the Hawks needed somebody to step into that role. Not only did Walker step up, but he crushed it. And a special note that this game was the first time Walker's dad was in the stands, and it's safe to say that he left it on the field with his pops there. And from start to finish, Walker was soaring. He was 6 yards short of 100 yards by halftime already, which resulted in a total of 135 yards, and his longest run was 30 yards. After the win, Walker gave credit to those around him.
Yeah, it was very detailed. We worked at it all week, last week, this week, and we worked on a run game, and we knew that was going to make an impact on this game. I give a lot of credit to those guys. If I would tell myself as a kid right now, I wouldn't have guessed that I would be the one to win the MVP. So it's just a real moment, and it doesn't happen without the guys in the locker room.
A humble response from this year's Super Bowl MVP, giving all the credit to the guys around him despite his utter domination and his own huge role in the Seahawks' second Super Bowl win ever. And for the big celebration, something Seahawks fans will line the streets of Seattle for, as they did the last time the Hawks won the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl parade is on Wednesday. The trophy celebration begins at 10 a.m. The parade is at 11, which will start on 4th and Washington and end on 4th and Cedar. And just after the big Super Bowl win, the offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, has officially announced that he will be the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Prior to the Super Bowl, the news was speculated, but has now officially been confirmed. Kubiak just wrapped up his first and last season with Seattle, and Kubiak led the team to over 2,000 rushing yards during regular season, a little over 4,000 receiving yards, and 50 touchdowns. Seattle will now look for a new offensive coordinator before this upcoming season begins. And for some hoops action, the Gonzaga women's team is now sitting on a 4-game win streak after beating Pacific by 28 points for their annual pink out. With 3 players landing in double figures, head coach Lisa Fortier spoke about the team's depth.
I've worked hard at the depth piece. We haven't needed to we haven't been able to show it off as much this year because we've been in so many close games. We've played some players some heavier minutes, but we do have a lot of depth. And right now, at this exact moment, everybody's healthy. And so that helps because you have 12 players who we kind of trust to go in if they need to or if we want to or whatever. So.
Up next, the Gonzaga Bulldogs women's team will look for their 5th straight win and will be on the road to face San Diego this Thursday at 6 p.m. And for the Gonzaga Bulldogs men's team, they'll host the Washington State Cougs, and they will square off for the 2nd time this season. But this time, it'll be in the Kennel, a rivalry that's steeped in tradition and Pacific Northwest pride. The Bulldogs have owned the rivalry lately and won the latest matchup between the two, 86-65 in Pullman back in January. The Bulldogs will look for their 2nd straight win, and just today, they dropped to number 12 in the AP poll rankings after last week's loss to Portland, the team that the Cougs put 30 points on. And for the Cougs, they'll be looking for a bounce back after losing the last two. Washington State head coach David Riley spoke about how the Cougs are preparing to face the Bulldogs.
It's going to be a hell of a game. We got to learn from the last time we played them. I thought we were a little bit chaotic last time we played Gonzaga. I think the way that Santa Clara guards, especially with Gonzaga going a little smaller lately, like it does prepare us in some ways. EK is going to be posting up just like Graves did tonight. Like we got a great challenge. We got some work to do. We got to get our bodies right tomorrow. We got to have a good practice on Monday, and let's go get after it on Tuesday.
The 12th ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs will host the Washington State Cougs tomorrow at 8 p.m. in the Kennel. And Kirsten, tomorrow's game is going to be a great matchup, and I'll be bringing all the live coverage. Super excited for it. And of course, we have to talk about the Seahawks being in Disneyland.
I know. And we have actually, if you stick around with us for a little bit longer, we have some more video of them at Disneyland.
And we have them riding the rides,
if we have, too. I think we have enough time. All right, let's go to a little commercial. We'll be right back.
You just won the Super Bowl. So tomorrow morning, where are you going next? Good Morning America, of course. The Seahawks are soaring.
It's special.
Tomorrow on
Good Morning America.
And stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Yolk's Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously and sold exclusively at Yolk's Fresh Markets.
Eastern Washington University is the region's polytechnic. And that means we don't do things like everyone else. We put hands-on learning at the forefront of everything we do. Our Polytechnic plays trumpet, learns applied ethics, and studies humanities and education. It powers the research centers that give our STEM graduates an edge in the workforce. We are your Eastern Washington University, the region's Polytechnic.
After a car wreck, Big Insurance moves fast to protect themselves, not you. That's why it's critical to call us as soon as possible.
With Craig Swap & Associates, we make sure the process is fair for you.
I knew I really needed help after my accident, so I called Craig Swap & Associates. They not only fought for me, but treated me fairly every step of the way.
The sooner you call us, the faster we can make things right. One call, that's all.
Call the 9s, 509-999-9999.
If you've been on the American River, it's uphill, it's downhill. There's trails everywhere that you can walk, and it just makes you happy. And I couldn't walk, and it was terrible. I was turning into a real crab. I went to the Good Feet store, and I tried on the arch supports. I never have taken them off since the day I bought them. I can walk, I can run, I can jump, I can do anything. My name's Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
You too can get back out there with arch supports from the Good Feet store.
What makes Yolk's produce so fresh? Simple. We get first pick from trusted local and organic growers. Crisp, vibrant, peak season flavor. Because fresh isn't just what Yolk's Fresh Market sells, it's who we are.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
All right, before we go, we do have to share more footage from Sam Darnold and Kenneth Walker's day at Disneyland, and they're in the teacups. There it is.
Oh, that's
They're celebrating. Sweet. They are Super Bowl champs in a teacup. This is my favorite video of the day. Just spinning around Fantasyland and the Mad Tea Party. That actually has a really long line. I know that because I was just there recently.
They don't look as tough when they're twirling around in a teacup, do they?
But they're fierce.
Are they?
As we saw yesterday.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot.
They had a good old time in that gold and red cup, which is interesting. Those were the colors they ended up in. But they didn't spin themselves. That's probably smart. Usually that ends with a tummy ache.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, enjoy some you're speaking from experience, evidently.
Right.
Yes, partly cloudy skies tomorrow afternoon, some sunshine Wednesday, changes coming for the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to feel like a full revolution if we get some snow around here.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Take it. All right, see you tomorrow.